Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Today's video is dedicated to vitamin C, that wonder brightening ingredient that just about every single company insists on you having in your skincare routine. But we're going to work out what's the actual truth. Do you need a standalone vitamin C serum to make your skincare routine complete? Or could you be getting those benefits from other ingredients that may already exist in your skincare routine? We're going to break it apart and demystify vitamin C's, talk about the different forms that it can take, which are the best ones for different skin types. Of course, I'll share with you my amazing product recommendations. So if you want to learn a little bit more about vitamin C in skincare and how to incorporate it into your own routine, keep on watching. Vitamin C offers so much for our skin. It's probably most commonly known for its brightening qualities, its ability to help prevent excess pigment forming in the skin and to tackle hyperpigmentation. It will also give an all-over glow and luminosity to our skin, and who doesn't want that in their life? Beyond this, it's a powerful antioxidant which will protect our skin's cells from free radicals and oxidative stresses. It pairs beautifully well with your existing SPF and sun protection. Just double down on that protection that you're going to get. It's also fantastic in an anti-aging skincare routine because it helps to boost the levels of collagen in the skin. It triggers the body to create more collagen, and so that gives us our firmness, elasticity and snapback to our skin, which we so often lose as our skin ages. However, vitamin C is actually quite problematic. Whilst it has all those benefits, it can be really difficult to incorporate into your existing skincare routine. That's because vitamin C inherently is an unstable molecule, which means it has some very, very specific ways that it likes to be stored. Also, once you open your vitamin C product, it tends to have a very short shelf life before it starts to oxidize and then becomes less effective over time. It's really important that you buy a fresh vitamin C that you know hasn't been sitting around on a dusty warehouse shelf for too long, and also that you store it in the right conditions. Vitamin C's also are most effective in low pH environments, and so they're often formulated in a low pH formulation, and this can be difficult for people with sensitive skin or redness prone skin. That low pH can increase the rate of skin sensitivity where it's already existing, and also it can lead to redness and irritation where it might not have been prevalent before, meaning vitamin C just doesn't work for every single person out there. Finally, that low pH formulation often means it can't be paired very well with other pH sensitive ingredients in a skincare routine, things such as peptides. If you want to include a vitamin C and a peptide in the same routine, you need to take some steps to buffer the two, to separate them, because they just don't get on that well. And so it can become a little bit complex and kind of zap the fun out of your skincare routine. If all this is true, then why do brands and consumers love vitamin C so much? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, it's one of those few ingredients that has real scientific and robust studies behind it. It's been studied for years and years and years, and there's a whole wealth of information about how it works and how effective it can be on our skin. This means when we're using vitamin C, we're not relying on a few studies to prove how effective it can be for all those things I've just mentioned, but we know it's going to be delivering those in a safe way to our skin. Also, it's really cheap to formulate with. Obviously, the different formulations, different forms of vitamin C's do have different price points, but generally it's quite an inexpensive ingredient to include in skincare, which is why for all those benefits, brands absolutely love it and put it in quite a few of our existing preparations. Finally, it delivers so much. When you talk about the brightening, the antioxidant and the anti-aging benefits, there's very few ingredients that can actually deliver that, and that's why I think a lot of us gravitate towards vitamin C. So let's cut to the chase, cut that waffle and work out, do we actually need a standalone vitamin C serum in our skincare routine? And the true answer is no. I know often we get conditioned by companies who want to sell us their powerful brightening vitamin C serums, and by some influencers here on YouTube and over on Instagram, it's kind of become the viral, the must-have skincare ingredient. But in truth, it doesn't work for everybody, and you don't need to have it in your skincare routine. If you have other ingredients which are delivering the same benefits, then actually having a vitamin C isn't essential. You could be using your retinol or retinals to deliver that collagen boost. You might have a standalone antioxidant, one that's delivering great benefits such as a Q10 serum or the Neod Survival, which is my go-to antioxidant, giving you all that protection against free radicals without requiring that separate vitamin C. You might also have some other brightening ingredients such as alpha-arbutin, tranexamic acid, azelaic acid, all those great things which can help bring back that luminosity to our skin and even out the pigmentation and tackle some of that hyperpigmentation. You don't need to reach for the vitamin C. If you're confident that your routine is giving every everything you need in terms of the benefits vitamin C would, then actually it's probably easier that you don't have a standalone vitamin C and have to worry about incorporating it alongside peptides and making sure that it's not causing sensitivity because of the pH. So actually, you don't need that vitamin C. If, however, vitamin C sounds just too good to be true and you think, why would I go to the length of having all those separate ingredients when I could actually just reach for one ingredient, vitamin C, which delivers it all, then absolutely, I hear you. And what I'm going to come on to now is the best way to incorporate vitamin C in some of the fantastic products out there. Vitamin C comes in two forms. You've got, normally call it pure form vitamin C, which is the L-Ascorbic acid, and its derivatives. You might also heard it called active vitamin C, which is again that ascorbic acid, and the inactive. The difference here is that the ascorbic acid and L-Ascorbic acid is active in the bottle. It's working before you've even put it on your skin. The inactive forms actually have to become in contact with the skin to start to break down, to start to work and deliver those benefits. Obviously, you get a much more instant hit and you tend to get quicker and more effective results straight away from using an active or an L-ascorbic acid form of vitamin C. However, this is the one that tends to be held in a low pH environment and can be a little bit problematic. If you're going to go for a pure form L-ascorbic acid, then I would definitely make sure that you're using a company which produces batch after batch after batch, and it's not sitting around in warehouses and stock centers for too long, because it can start to become oxidized as soon as the product is produced. You also want to look for things that are in airtight pumps, and this will just keep the oxygen in contact with the vitamin C to an absolute minimum, which will keep it fresher for longer. I would always encourage people that are going for a pure form active vitamin C and L-ascorbic acid to keep the product in the fridge, because again, that slows down that oxidization process and it just means it's kept fresh for longer. This isn't something I would recommend for people with acne-prone skin, because actually there are some studies out there that have shown L-ascorbic acid and ascorbic acid aren't the best for people with acne and blemish-prone skin, that derivatives and inactive forms might work better. I also would avoid it if you have very sensitive skin, because this low pH, to give effectiveness from the product, will trigger some sensitivity or could irritate the skin. There's a load of percentages out there, but I'd always say stick to what the studies show to be effective, which is between 8 and 20%. If you go below 8%, you're probably not going to be getting the great benefits. And if you go beyond that 20%, this is when you risk seeing increased sensitivity for no additional benefits. When it comes to my favorite products from the active, the ascorbic acid vitamin C family, I would reach for a couple. First and foremost is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous C+C Serum. The reason I love this is it's got that pure form active ascorbic acid in here, but it's also got a vitamin C derivative that I'm going to come on to in a minute. So you're kind of getting the double whammy. If you do start to see some denaturing from the ascorbic acid, you're still going to be getting great benefits because it's backed up with that derivative as like the second vitamin C component. I think it's a really nice blend and it works so well on most skin types. It's at the right pH to be effective, but it doesn't cause too much sensitivity and redness. Though my skin's quite robust, so again, I wouldn't recommend this for those that have very, very sensitive skin. I also always go for the C Glow by Geek and Gorgeous. The reason I love this is they guarantee it's made fresh every single week. So when you order this product, you might have to wait a week for it to ship because they make it in weekly batches, but you know that this hasn't been sat around in a warehouse, that this was made as a maximum 7 days ago, which is absolutely fantastic. When we're talking fresh is best, it doesn't get fresher than this. So actually, if you want to go for a pure form vitamin C, I would totally recommend the C Glow by Geek and Gorgeous. Fantastic brand and a great fresh product. Now let's come on to the derivatives or the inactive forms of vitamin C. This is where it gets totally baffling because there are so many different names and formulations that it can come in. At its basis, I think these are absolutely fantastic for people with sensitive skin. That's because they don't need to be in that very low pH to be effective, and so it's not going to be as triggering for redness and sensitivity in the skin. Studies have also shown they're really great when it comes to people with acne-prone skin. Choosing the right formulation is key, but they deliver great benefits for suppressing some of the acne-forming bacteria, but also helping with that hyperpigmentation that might be caused by fading acne scars. I always reach for a derivative and I get some really great results. Before I talk you through my absolute favourite inactive or vitamin C derivatives, I want to call out a couple of things. First of all, most of the testing, which I said was so thorough and robust, has been done on pure form L-ascorbic acid, not on its derivatives. These have been studied under microscopes and shown to be really effective in terms of delivering those antioxidant benefits, that collagen boost and evening out the skin's tone. However, something observed under a microscope can obviously differ to when it's applied to our skin, and so that should be borne in mind. But I've seen some really great results from these products, so I'm quite confident confident in recommending them. There's a couple that I'm going to call out. My holy grail go-to favourite is the Ascorbic tetroisopalmitate solution by The Ordinary. The reason I love this is because it's in a really rich base. So anyone that has quite dry skin, this could be a really great option for you. People often report that pure form L-Ascorbic acid can be a little bit drying on the skin. So if you found your vitamin C serum dries you out, switch to this one because it's in a gorgeous hydrating base, but will also give you all of those vitamin C benefits. You could also try this. This is the vitamin C 15% plus epidermal growth factors. This again is that vitamin C derivative that's going to give great but gentle results. I find this best for people with acne prone skin because it's silicone free, which can be a little bit problematic to certain forms of acne, but also it's light and yet hydrating at the same time. So it can almost act as your moisturizer, and I often find when I use that I don't need to add an additional moisturizer on top of that. Finally, another one which I'm going to recommend is this. This is the Super Gel Moisturizer, which is their oil-free version by Face Theory. This is great for people that don't want a standalone vitamin C derivative, but want to incorporate it in an existing routine. I said this is designed for people with acne-prone skin, and I said that derivatives are just better for people with acne or breakout-prone skin, and this works beautifully. So it's oil-free, and it's got a vitamin C derivative in there, so you're getting that vitamin C hit without it needing to be in a separate step. It's combined with your moisturizer and gives such great results. There you have it, guys. A little bit of a rundown, a whistle-stop tour of vitamin C, and ultimately answering the question of, do we need to have it in our skincare routine? I think because so many people fangirl hard over vitamin C, we feel obliged or feel that our skincare routine isn't complete without including a standalone vitamin C serum. But that just isn't the case. Vitamin C won't work for everybody, and finding the right one for you is just as important. If you want to know a few more, more specifics around those derivatives, I included it in a separate video, which I'll link up there, which you might want to check out if you want to explore derivatives and the different forms in more detail. But I always say to people, don't panic if you haven't got that vitamin C in your life. It's not essential, it delivers fantastic benefits, but if it's not right for you, there are other ingredients that you can incorporate for those same great benefits. Hopefully this has just been a short, sharp rundown of all the things great and problematic about vitamin C, and I'd love to know your thoughts below. Leave me any of your recommendations and let me know, do you use a standalone vitamin C in your skincare routine? Shout out in the comments below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.